For the first time since the division series was brought to MLB postseason, they're all tied at 1-1. All four series tied one apiece. That stat comes courtesy from Sarah Langs. Shout out her. She is amazing. But guys, all four division series tied at 1-1 apiece. I mean, we're watching some of the best baseball unfold, back and forth battles, big blowouts, and really big dire situations. I'm thinking back to last night with the Padres and the Dodgers when they played, and the Padres just ran roughshod over them. I don't want to talk too much about the National League because I did a little short video about it, but I do want to talk about the American League pretty extensively here, and just my thoughts are surrounding how both of these are going to shape up as they head to Detroit for the Guardians-Tigers series and as they head to Kansas City for the Yankees-Royals series. So going all the way back to game one for the Guardians and Tigers series here, a 7-0 victory in favor of the Guardians. And this one, it just looked like the Tigers just could not get settled in. They got down early. Tyler Holton had an amazing year for the Tigers, just did not get settled in. Doesn't record an out. Like, unheard of out of like the type of year that he was having. The chaos bullpen did not pan out for Detroit here. I've firmly been on the side of like Skubal should throw as many innings as possible in the postseason for them to win as many games and potentially keep moving on. So I would have given the ball to him in game one. It doesn't matter. But Reese Olson comes in, settles down a little bit. They don't score any more runs beyond like after that first inning on Reese Olson specifically. He did give up a pretty nasty bomb to Lane Thomas as soon as he entered the game. But yeah, the Tigers just couldn't get settled in. Didn't look like they were comfortable on offense. Tanner Bybee, a great pitching outing from him. 4 2/3, 6 Ks, just masterful stuff. Quick yank there from Stephen Vogt. Goes to his death bullpen just to show off like, hey, this is what we got cooking. You guys better watch out because if you're not ready for this, you're toast. And that's exactly what happened. 4 hits, just nothing doing for the Tigers. 13 strikeouts, just like couldn't get it done. 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position in this one, just not a sound effort. And then going to game 2, you get a pitcher's duel for basically the entire time. Offense is just struggling. 11 strikeouts for the Guardians, no walks. 10 strikeouts for the Tigers. Couple walks there, but like still nothing. 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, 9 left on base. The Guardians just didn't have any chances. I mean, they went 1 for 3, 2 left on base, but like only 3 hits the entire day with no walks. Like, you're just not doing enough to try and get on base, essentially. And of course, it's challenging when you're going up against Tarek Skubal. 7 innings, 3 hits, 8 Ks. Just a masterful performance. The type of ace that baseball needs, of a guy that just, you can see it in this little thumbnail right here, pretty much. Just letting it rain down on him, okay? He is a dog. Matthew Boyd, opposite him, I think pitched well enough. I mean, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks, like going toe-to-toe-ish, as much as you kind of needed him to. Bullpen, again, gets deployed, does its job, except when you get to Emmanuel Clase. And a lot of people will say ball don't lie in this situation because when Clase entered in the bottom of the 8th, there was 2 runners on, and Stephen Kwan made a fantastic diving catch. People argue that there's no glove underneath the ball and the actually hits grass, so it should have been ruled a hit and not an out. But doesn't matter because Kerry Carpenter comes up and absolutely torches the best reliever in baseball in 2024, Emmanuel Clase. A 3-run bomb to give the Tigers that 3-0 lead, and Bo Brisky holds it down in the 9th. Goes an inning, strikes out 2. Looking at this series, the things that need to be said about where this Guardians-Tigers series is at, personally, I am mainly just worried about where they go with the pitching, because Guardians have announced Alex Cobb, their deadline acquisition. I think that's a sound idea for the Guardians, right? They know that they can rock their bullpen whenever they want. That game is on Wednesday, so there's a day off. But game 3, you can't throw Skubal. It's going to be the chaos day again. Do they turn to Reese Olson? Do they go back to Tyler Holton after he just really didn't have it? And of course, it does kind of come down to a Zach McKinstry error in that first one where Jose Ramirez hits a chopper and the ball just gets by him. And that's kind of was the nail in the coffin for Tyler Holton in that situation. So I'm not sure what AJ Hinch goes with here if they do a different opener instead of Tyler Holton, but it's going to be another chaos ball type situation where there's going to the bullpen and it's going to be a weird bullpen day and they'll figure it out. And the thing that I think the Tigers have going for them is, one, they'll be at home, a very raucous crowd in Detroit. However, I'm on Fangraphs. I'm looking at the away team hitting splits, right? So the best team that hits away from their home ballpark are playing on the road, the Yankees, 117 WRC plus. Okay. The Cleveland Guardians have a 92 WRC plus as the away team on the road. They're worse than the Tigers on the road. I go to their home splits, and the Guardians were a top 10 offense in all of baseball with a 109 WRC plus. Okay. So as the away team, they're just not getting it done. So if the Tigers can take advantage of that somehow and get out to a 2-1 lead in that first game, that would be huge for them if they can get Alex Cobb out early, because the Guardians haven't really had to turn to any of their like lower leverage guys in the pen. Not to say like Nick Sandlin's not really worth the cup of coffee in the playoffs, but he's not Hunter Gaddis. He's not Tim Herron. He's not Cade Smith. Apparently Emmanuel Clase isn't really worth it either, but that's what I would look to as far as what to expect in game 3 is how will the Guardians offense that has been poor on the road in 2024 adapt in a playoff atmosphere in Detroit for the first time in a decade, essentially, that Detroit has held a postseason game. It's going to be electric there. I do want to bring up park factor as well into this. The Tigers and the Guardians have a very similar park factor as far as just like run scoring opportunities are concerned. So the Tigers sit at 98, the Guardians sit at 97. So it's not that big of a difference as far as park factor is concerned rolling over the last 3 years. And same thing as far as home runs. They're right there, both at 86, both sitting at 25th and 26th in all of baseball. So Kerry Carpenter, he can hit bombs anywhere. He did it in Cleveland. Maybe he can do it in Detroit as well. Now going back to the Yankees and Royals game 1, got to go back in time. This was a back and forth event, okay? 6-5, the Yankees win this one. A run scoring opportunity where Jazz Chisholm should have probably been called out on a stolen base is the go-ahead run in this scenario. Not a good look for big MLB review, but again, it does go in favor of the Yankees here. A lot of opportunities given to the Yankees by the Royals pitching staff. 8 walks worked in this one by the Yankees. I think that is kind of like the big difference here when you look at the box scores personally. I mean, they both had 9 hits. The Yankees even had an error, which led to some runs. It was an Anthony Volpe, just an errant throw. Does not come back to bite them fully in this one, but both starters don't really have their best stuff. Michael Wacha, 4 innings. Garrett Cole, 5 innings. And then you look at the bullpen. The Yankees bullpen holds it down a bit better. Tim Hill does get the blown save there, but it's because of that Anthony Volpe error where he's not credited with any earned runs. And the Royals bullpen, it wasn't as good as it needed to be, unfortunately. And that's where you kind of see the big difference. Even like looking at runners in scoring position, the Yankees were 2 for 13 with 11 left on base. The Royals did not have as many chances, and it's because of these walks. 8 walks is an insane amount given up by the Royals pitching staff. They needed to be better in this one for them to come out with a game 1 victory. And you need just your stars to kind of show up. Bobby Witt, 0 for 5 in this one. I mean, look on the Yankee side. Aaron Judge, 0 for 4. 3 strikeouts. You do get a big game from Juan Soto. Even with a hitless Judge, the Yankees do win this one. But I think if Bobby Witt tallies a singular hit, the outcome of this game could be completely different, guys. But that wouldn't matter in game 2 either, okay? And 0 for 5 with 3 Ks for Bobby Witt. Turn the lights off. They're too bright. Aaron Judge on the opposite side goes 1 for 3, brings his batting average up to 143 in the postseason. A 4-2 victory for the Royals here. And looking at the box score, dude, this one is crazy that the Royals end up winning this game. 4 runs in that 4th inning. Carlos Rodon he was cruising, and they just can't get out of it. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned, 7 Ks. Legitimately was cruising up until that point. That Salvi Perez home run definitely feels like the game-changing moment where things kind of get shaken up. But look at the box score. 15 strikeouts for the Royals in this one. The thing that I think sets it apart is 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. It's not great, but it's better than 1 for 6. They got a couple big hits when they needed to here. Obviously, Salvi, Yuli Gurriel, just somehow, some way, he has returned to the postseason. Massey, overall, just better situational hitting than the Yankees in this one. And Jazz Chisholm hit a late game home run in the 9th off Lucas Erceg. Just could not get the opportunity to really score more. John Birdie did get a nice clutch 2-out base hit. Started at first base for them today, and then Glaber first pitch swing and just hits a weak ground ball to Bobby Witt. There was a pretty big double play turned for the Royals in the 8th inning where Stanton was up and he hit a rocket, but he's slow. So he just gets tossed out like it was nothing, essentially. So had that ball gotten in the hole, the complexion of this game could be completely different, but the Royals do tie up the series here. Reagan's not nearly as sharp as maybe people expected him to be. I'd say Rodon like held his own for a bit and then just kind of got shaken up. The Royals bullpen exceptionally better in this one. Does not allow the walks are the big thing for me. 8 walks in the first game compared to 5 in this one. Sure, Reagans was able to dance around those first 4, but you look at Schreiber, you look at Bubic, you look at Ursig, all I think better outings. Maybe not Ursig because he did give up a home run, but still he gets the save, he locks it down, he does his job. And the Yankees have to just go crazy with their pen because, well, they need to exhaust it to try and win as many games as they can. The game is now going back to Kauffman. It's going to Kansas City on Wednesday. They have announced their probables. It is Clark Schmidt versus Seth Lugo. But something that the guys from the Just Baseball Fans YouTube channel, TikTok, those guys, Peter, Aram, Jack, great for baseball, awesome media company. They brought up in their, I believe it was their division series preview between the Royals and the Yankees, how the Yankees are the best team in all of baseball when it comes to hitting right-handed pitching in terms of OPS. So they've got a 777 OPS going like from the regular season, a 120 WRC plus. I mean, they're just monsters. They mash right-handed pitching. So the Royals going with Seth Lugo, I mean, they're a 3-man rotation. It's Reagans, it's Lugo, it's Waka. They could go to Singer if they want. Maybe they could maybe try and go short here with Seth Lugo, like maybe have him available for game 5 if they needed him to, and kind of get Daniel Lynch in there. He's a lefty, but Lugo, he's a savvy veteran, had a great year, better first half than a second half, pitched 2 games against the Yankees, okay? Went 1-1 in those starts, a 2.57 ERA across 14 innings, 11 hits, 4 earned with 14 strikeouts. The second start, the most recent start against the Yankees on September 10th, so just a month ago, he goes 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, no runs on 3 hits in Yankee Stadium. So I don't know if that changes kind of how I'm thinking about Seth Lugo specifically pitching in Kauffman, because he did have better splits pitching on the road than at home. He made 16 starts on the road and had a 2.62 ERA, whereas he made 17 starts and had a 3.36 ERA in Kauffman. So again, the Yankees do get to Seth Lugo. Don't be surprised if the Royals turn to a lefty to maybe try and give them some length, but Clark Schmidt opposite Seth Lugo in this one, you have to give, I think, the advantage to Seth Lugo just given like the pedigree, just how much experience he has. But Clark Schmidt, he pitched well when he's returned in 2024. So the Yankees, they just need their big boppers to show up. They need Aaron Judge to have a big game. Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Jazz Chisholm, like you just need something from that offense. 2 runs on 7 hits, it's not going to cut it. And so you need more out of them. And the Royals bullpen held their own in the second game. Will they be able to do it in Kauffman? With the series heading to Kansas City, the Yankees, they're the best hitting team on the road. I think they're just the best hitting team in 2024. A 117 road WRC plus. They've got a 116 home WRC plus. So going to Kauffman, I don't think the Yankees bats are going to be super intimidated. The Royals do hit better at home than they do on the road, a 100 WRC plus in Kauffman versus when they're playing on the road, they had a 92 WRC plus. It's not a big contrast, but I think it's enough to where the Royals scratched off a win in Yankee Stadium. I think this one very well could go to game 5. But let me know what you guys are looking forward to in the next couple of games in the division series. Are you excited about what the Padres and Dodgers might be cooking up down in San Diego? That certainly is going to be a barn burner. I'm very, very excited to see what kind of intensity is made down there, because all the drama surrounding, oh, Manny Machado threw a ball at Dave Roberts. Oh, they're throwing stuff on the field. Like, it's going to be intense. And I hope that all the series, all 4, do match some sort of level of intensity comparable to the Dodgers and Padres. It's probably not going to happen, but all 4 series, they've been absolutely great every step of the way so far. I'm just hoping for more great baseball. I hope you guys are as well. Appreciate you guys watching this one, and see you soon.